Hello everyone and welcome to episode 2 of my vanilla survival series. I don't really have a title for it, so we'll just go with that. Yeah, we have a lot to do today. I actually need to do a lot of resource gathering food, and maybe a little bit of building here and there. Who knows? Actually, I did already go on a little adventure of my own to kind of look for certain resources. I did have to go pretty far, and I was able to find some dark oak saplings, which I will be planting here, and I also managed to get a lot of dark oak wood, which we will be using later on for a building project I plan on doing. And also got myself a couple of little dogs. They're not going to be accompanying me today, but they are here and they are adorable. What we really need to work on today is getting some food supplies, good steady food supplies. I do have this little garden over here, but yeah, I just tromped over my garden. That was an accident. Did not mean to do that. But this is just temporary. It's not going to be like this forever. We'll have a nicer setup later on. But for now, this will have to do. What we do need to do is get these cows into a little pasture and maybe make them a little shelter of some kind. But maybe we should wait till morning. Alright, and I will not have any spiders or zombies messing up with my plans today. Guys, get out of the way. Don't want you here. Thank you very much. Alright, so I don't really like to put up a building unless I know exactly how I want it to look. I might just do a temporary enclosure for these guys for the time being. Yeah, we'll have to figure this out. Or I could put them in an enclosure and then just make a building around it. But I'm still not 100% decided on the layout I want for this area. But I do know I want it over here somewhere. I don't want it over by that house. This is where I'm going to keep all of my animals and farms and all that stuff. I'll probably end up doing some automatic farms later on, but I'll probably be doing those off camera just because, I don't know, it's not super exciting to watch me build somebody else's design for a farm because I no doubt will be using somebody else's design. But yeah, what's the point in that? It's not very original, so we're just going to do that stuff off camera. Alright, let me get these cows herded up. I have a few wheat with me. I think they've gone all over the place. I did have 3 of them handy. Where's the third one? Oh, there he is. Well, we're gonna at least get these 2 guys if we can. Come on. I've got the wheat. Yes, I do. It's good wheat. Good for you. Let's go. Should have, oh, I used up all of my dirt blocks. I'll just use this block. Just something to kind of get them in here. Come on guys, you can do it. Hop in. There you go. And I'll go ahead and give you guys a reward for following me so nicely. Let me see if I can get that last guy in here. Where did he go? Where did he go? He was just here. There you are. You're hiding from me. Here he comes. Alright, got some cows. I'm gonna go plant these dark oak now. I will be using a lot of dark oak in a project I will be doing a little bit. I do have quite a bit already, but we will need more in the future. Dark oak is probably one of my favorite woods, so I'm gonna need a lot of it probably when building. So let's go ahead and start a little forest over here. We only have enough for 4 trees now, but 4? No, 5. Wow, can't do my math. We have enough for 5 trees. It was quite a bit of ways, the dark oak forest I found. So yeah, we're probably just gonna have to end up growing our own forest. What I really want to spend this episode doing is finishing up our mine and kind of getting it a little beautified. Right now it doesn't really have much of an entrance, and yeah, I have some ideas for what we can do with it. So that is what I really want to work on, and I'm going to be adding a custom tree. I've actually never attempted, well, that's not true. I have attempted a custom tree before, but not a nice one. This will be a kind of new attempt for me. I'll just put it that way. Just trust me on that. So I have some dark oak to get ourselves started, but before we start actually making this tree-like entrance, I'm gonna have to clear out some of this rock up here, because it's not very ideal to put a tree on the side of a hill. And this is super tall, so I don't know how far back I'm actually gonna dig this, but I want to at least get it down to where it's fairly flat right above the mine. that will at least help me get a good starting point for this tree. And this is probably going to take me a while, so I'll be right back with you. Alright, that took a little bit of digging, but I think I have it to a place now where I can actually start adding on this tree. It's a little bit flatter and it kind of slopes a little more gently here. Now the sun is setting, so we're not going to start building until tomorrow. I will be sleeping, but look at all this stone I just dug up. I may have gone in a little bit and dug up some granite and other things as well, but this chest is full. I'm gonna have to make myself a storage system here pretty soon. That'll probably take a whole episode to make that. But what I think I'll do for now is just make another double chest. These are just my temporary chests. Yes, we'll have to definitely get a good storage system in here eventually. But for now, everything's just gonna be a big mess. Also, I did not mean to do that. There we go. So I'm going to start by, I guess, trying to figure out the shape here. I do want the roots to kind of wrap around the front here. I do know that, so I'm gonna start just down there and we'll just kind of gradually make a curve. I think I want it to kind of curve, well, I'll just show you. I can't really say it. I'm not a super pro when it comes to making trees. I've made a few in creative, but nothing like this in survival, so this should be interesting. And I actually feel like we're pretty high up already. We're probably high enough. Let me destroy some of these. We don't need the branches to be this thick up here. But let me go down here and I just need to see how this curve is looking. So, did that water hit down? Yes, it did. We're good. I also just realized I better be careful with this water. I don't want to destroy all those flowers that I just planted. So something like that, that's actually pretty good. And then we'll have it curve around this way. And I don't want it to go too much taller than that. That's probably a good height right there. But I'm gonna start on another route. We're just gonna start it down here. Yes, and we'll refine all this later on, but this is what we're gonna do for now. I wanna make sure we're having this lined up at a good width. Okay, that's a pretty good width, and then we can expand it even more when we get down to the roots. But that's a pretty good start. It's kind of, you can kind of see a shape I'm going for. Now from the sides, it doesn't matter as much. I'll probably just kind of curve those out. But yeah, I'm gonna work on this a little more and we'll see what we can get. All right, I think it's starting to come together. I got the back of it a little done, but the front of it still needs a lot of work, and I'm getting very low on logs. I might just have enough for just the trunk, and I probably will have to go inside and make sure I'm collecting all the blocks that are not exposed. Actually, I can be using some dirt blocks inside just to kind of as a placeholder so I'm not using up all my wood. Let me see if I can get... Okay, we got 40 blocks left. Yeah, this is not gonna help me finish this. I think this one can go, and I'm not sure about all of these other ones. Like some of them, yeah, some of them are needed, but it's really, really hard for me to tell what I actually don't need in here. Well, maybe we'll just have to keep chopping trees until we get this done. I want it to be a little more rounded at the top. I'm trying to make sure it's not getting flat once it gets to the top. And we probably can just kind of, I don't know, point it up a little bit. I think this is a good height, like I said before, but we do have to have some branches at least going straight up. So I'm going to work on this branch here. And it's going to be completely covered, so it's not like it makes that much of a difference. Whoops, almost fell in there. And that is what it looks like so far. We have most of the trunk done. There are some pieces where we can add more roots, and we do need to add a lot of branches, but I'm gonna have to go chop down a bunch more dark oak. I used up all that I had, so yes, I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I'm back. I dug up a whole bunch of wood and a whole lot of leaves, and I also just realized I was not recording sound that first part of the video, so I apologize for that, but the sound is on now. Yeah, I need to get used to recording this with sound. I think I turned it off for a different video and I just forgot to turn it back on, so that's all on me. Sorry about that. But now I just want to look around this tree and try to figure out where would be good places to put some branches. Actually, I did get myself a little bit of dirt. I need to get up here a little bit higher. It's not very nice to have a branch that just goes straight out. It's nice to have them kind of curve up a little bit. So I'm gonna make this go at least 1 block up. I don't want it to go out super far either. But we probably do want to add some diagonal ones as well. I don't know. This is a new experience of building for me. Not sure what to do with it. I also need to make sure they're about the same length all the way around the tree. I don't want one side to be super longer than another. Already, this one looks a little strange. It just needs to curve into the tree a little more, so I'm going to put another one here and here, and wow, I just placed way too many blocks there. Need to get back up again and grab those. I think I'll probably end up putting some dirt around here as well, and we'll have to get some grass up in here so that these roots aren't just rooted in the stone, because that just looks kind of weird. I don't know. Okay, so here's our tree with some extended branches. It does look a lot better, but I'm glad I have some wood still left over because I do want to add more to this. But before I finish off the base, I think we're gonna go ahead and start adding the leaves. So I got all of these oak leaves. We'll see how well we do this. I think we're just going to start on the branch right here and we'll just work our way up. That'll probably be the easiest thing to do. I honestly don't know. And the harder thing about doing custom trees like this is you don't want it to be like completely solid. You want to have air blocks, I guess, and that's kind of trickier in survival. You just gotta remember not to try to fill in every gap or be tempted to. And I'm probably gonna do a few placeholders too as well for this to kind of get some of these corner blocks in place. I'm gonna go around where all the branches are, and then if it still looks like it's not full enough, we'll have to just fill those in separately. One thing about doing it this way though is we're not gonna be able to get underneath the branches yet. I'll have to do that after I get all the tops and sides done. So it's gonna look really funny, I think, when we get to the bottom, unless we decide we like it. I can't really reach under there and put a leaf underneath the branch. It's just at this point. So far, I think it's looking okay, but I honestly can't say because I can't see it from the ground yet. So we will see, won't we? And I just fell from the tree, whoops. Came down a little sooner than I expected to. Well, while I am down here and getting my health back up, just a little bit terrifying. I will eat these apples since I have them. Let's go ahead and see. I didn't quite finish placing all those leaves, but yeah, it is looking a little bit awkward, as you can see, because underneath the branches we still have very flat edges because I wasn't able to place any leaves down there. But other than that, I think it's looking okay. But let me get back up there and finish placing these leaves. Ugh, come on. I was so close to not falling from this tree at all, and right near the end, I just had to go and fall. All right, let's see if we can't get this filled in a little bit better. Now, if I can, I do want to make it look like the leaves are kind of falling a little bit on the ends. Not a whole lot, but maybe by a block or two. We don't want it to look like a willow tree, just to kind of look like the branches are really heavy on the ends and they're kind of falling just a little bit. Now these bigger branches are the ones that scare me because it's a longer drop and I don't want to fall again. I almost fell several times when trying to finish up the crown, and yeah, don't like that experience. Just even the thought of falling is scaring me right now. I want to see how long I can make it without dying, and usually I'm pretty good about it, but if I die building this silly tree, that would not be fun. Oh, it looks like I actually have a hole in my trunk over there. Let me go fix that real quick. Didn't see that before. It's so hard to see in this tree if there's any holes, but that looks better. All right, and just a couple more here. Let's see how this looks. I'm gonna get down from here. I hope I covered everything. I might have missed a couple spots, but I think I'll just touch those up later as soon as I get more leaves. All right, over there, we do need a few more, but the rest of it is actually looking not so bad. This branch over here is touching those rocks, so I will have to dig those down. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good start. But we do want to add more roots and stuff wrapping around this, and then we'll make our entrance. We'll probably even make this a little more interesting by having the roots just kind of wrap around the front. And we're going to put like a cool little doorway there, and then we'll have to finish off the inside of our mine too, so it all looks completed, I guess. Let me get some leaves and fix that real quick. I think it's going to bother me until I do so, and then I think we'll be done with this tree for now. And there we go, that's already looking so much better. Now I do want to remove that one block there as well. I could do this forever, but after this one, let's just call it good there, and we will go ahead and make the entrance. And I think what I want to do for the entrance, because I kind of want it to blend in with the tree but also stand out, I don't want it to be stone because that will just blend in with the mountain. Speaking of which, we're gonna have to do some major transforming of this mountain because it's pretty ugly as it is right now, but that's for another time. It's probably gonna be a long-term project. In the meantime, I think I'll be doing this entrance out of granite. I'm just going to experiment with this. I really don't know what I want here. I do have some polished, maybe we can mix in with this. What if we had the regular behind and then the polished in the front? We'll try that. That doesn't look too bad. I don't know how I feel about that part. What if we put one more, whoops, put one more right up there? What would that look like? And I forgot I had these walls. I don't know where I'm going to put these. It'd be kind of neat to have them kind of spread around. What if I put a wall up here instead? And it is nighttime, so I probably should go sleep for the night. I don't have tons of torches spread around. That's probably something else we can start doing, I guess, as I make my way back here. And hello, doggos, how's it going? I want to grab that, but I also don't want to fall because I have nothing to break my fall yet. That's why I had that dirt block right there. Let me grab that. We'll probably end up doing paths and stuff connecting everything later on, but it's kind of too early to be doing that with all the terraforming that needs to be done and all the buildings that need to be made. I kind of like to do that kind of stuff when I have a better idea of where everything's going. But there's our custom tree. Obviously, like I said, I want to have the grass kind of wrapping around it more. We're going to have to cover this section of the mountain with grass. It's also blending in with my house there. That doesn't look so great. But yes, that was quite the project. And yeah, we're going to work on getting this mineshaft more prepared. We're going to get this drop working and we'll get the elevators started. We'll just not get the soul sand yet. Alright, I've got most of the water filled in here. I did have to make this entrance 3 wide instead of 2, so that does mean that the entrance at the top is going to change and looks a little bit. I don't have soul sand for this yet, but until we get it, it's still faster than using the ladder. And I did transfer some water down here, so it would make the process a little faster. So I can kind of cheat it a little and swim in the water and go up the ladder at the same time. It's still not as fast as with the soul sand there, but we can always just add that later. Just have a few more blocks here to place. I'm so close to the top. I think we just need one more. Let's grab that from right here. Oh, I need to fill this in first, don't I? I think that's gonna be granite anyway. So we'll just go ahead and add that, and there we go. I think since we have this pattern, I might go ahead and put some stairs in there and make a cool little pattern of some kind. Let me see. I want this to kind of twist around. So this one needs to stop interrupting me when I'm building, please. Go away. And there's another one. Oh dear, I really do need to place more torches down. I've been sleeping most nights, so it hasn't been too much of an issue, but yeah, leave me alone, guys. Trying to build here. And just like that, it's kind of like a flower pattern. That looks pretty cool. Maybe we could even add like a brighter block behind them. I don't know, what if we put some diorite behind there, if that would make that pop a little bit. Did you actually hit me? How rude. I'm gonna try popping it with diorite. We'll see how this looks. I did make all of these signs. I wasn't sure if I needed them or not, and I realized after I made them that I could just use the ladder, which I did. So I didn't need them after all, but we'll probably use those for something eventually. Let me see here. I'm going over here and I'm going to replace these with the diorite. I'm hoping it will just make it a little bit brighter back there and help you see this shape a little more clearly. Let's see. Just like that. That looks pretty good. And these right here I would probably want to replace with dirt too. I think I might pick up this ladder here. Let me see. Yep, it does break the ladder, and it does, oh dear, it does break that. Don't want this to break. I think it should be good. I'll wait for that water to clear because I do want to test this dropout. I have a few blocks of water down there, but that should be good. There we go. One little mine entrance. Let's go down and test it. Hopefully I won't die. Okay, it looks like all my torches did get taken up by that water, so we'll have to add those back. Let me pick up a couple of more buckets of water, and then we'll fill this in for now. I think the next thing I need to do is just to revamp this main hallway in the mine to make it look a little nicer. It's pretty ugly right now, and yeah, we want the main hallway to be really nice. I kind of have some cool ideas for the ceiling. I don't know how detailed I'm gonna make it, but let me see if I can come up with a cool pattern for this. Okay, so here is a design I just came up with. I think this looks pretty good, and I love these little lanterns hanging. So I'm going to take this pattern and just repeat it down this hallway and on the other side. I'll also have to move these items. I'm probably going to make a separate room for smelting and storage down here. Aside from my regular storage room, I'm just going to make something just for the mine, but I think this turned out really well. I hope it looks even better when we get it all done. Okay, I was doing pretty good, getting a good start here, and then I realized I'm doing this completely wrong because having an entrance here and an entrance here is only one block in between them. So I'm gonna have to come up with a double wide point for this point. Or I could make them 3 wide, but that's not ideal. So I'm gonna have to rework this a little bit. Let me see what I can come up with. Alright, I got this initial hallway done. That took me quite a while. This was my solution to my problem. I just added an extra post in here, and then I just didn't do the lanterns for every section. I did them every other section, and I think it seemed to work okay. It still looks consistent, and it looks pretty good. Something weird happened to me though just a second ago, where one of these posts actually lit on fire. I was a little bit scared for a second, and I was able to catch it before it got too far. But I have no idea what caused it. I checked around the area for lava. Obviously there was lava here before and maybe a little bit back there, but there wasn't any adjacent to this block. So I'm really confused about what started that fire. Hopefully it's not gonna come back. Yeah, let's just hope that we don't have any more incidences like that. I also found a couple more diamonds as I was just looking around. I found some diamonds back here, so I'm gonna go ahead and dig those up. Oh my goodness, there are a lot of diamonds back here. I also found diamonds closer to the entrance. I want to get those too. And as I walk this way, I think what I'm gonna do is dig a room behind our little elevator there, and we'll probably use that as a storage room for some of these ores and maybe some automatic smelters and all that kind of stuff. I can't believe how many diamonds I'm getting already. I'm gonna have to actually start using them now. So I want to dig back here. I did kind of start a little room of sorts, but I want to actually make this a little bigger, and we might not decorate it just yet, but at least get it dug out and get some automatic smelters put together. Alright, coming in this back room, I got a really small automatic smelter up, and I just put a few more chests in here with some ores. I do want to get a more permanent storage room, like I said, later on, but this should be good for now for the mine. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It's just something really simple, just so we can get things moving a little faster. I think this turned out really well. I'm pleased with it. We just need to get this elevator working, and then it will be perfect. I think next time what I'll do is probably work on more farms and getting some animal farms set up so we have a steady supply of food, because that is very important and something I've been struggling with this episode. But I do want to get into more building. We'll just have to get all these grindy things out of the way first. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I had a lot of fun working on this mine and getting it cleaned up and building this massive tree. I hope you enjoyed it too, and wherever time it is for you, I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!